Irma Garza. You're watching the City of Harlingen's YouTube channel. Today I am visiting with Javier Mendez, our Parks and Recreation Director, for a huge announcement on something that you're working on that is going to be a great quality of life addition to our city. Thank you so much. We're on the banks of the Arroyo Colorado on the west side of Ed Carey, correct?
Yes. Yes, thank you, Irma. Yeah, we're on the west side. This is McCullough Park. And so what we've done is we've applied for a grant to Texas Parks and Wildlife to be able to build a kayak launch here. And so the grant is for a planning grant, and so that's going to help us get the permits, make sure we get the clearances from all the agencies before we get started. After we get the permits, then we're going to apply back to Texas Parks and Wildlife for the construction grant.
And how are we able to do this? I mean, we don't own, the city does not own the arroyo.
No, we don't. So what we would do is we would get a license agreement with the IBWC. We don't own the property above, which is McCullough Park, but the arroyo itself it belongs to the IBWC.
Okay. And how would this work? People would come here, bring their kayaks and take a stroll?
Yeah, so our idea is, of course, we'd build the restrooms and parking up on top, and then we'd have the access road off of the main road, so they can launch their kayaks here. We're not sure if we're going to put a floating dock here or if it's going to be a fixed dock, where depending on the tides, if it goes up or down, the ramp will move with the tides. But we're going to have this for kayaks and canoes.
Okay. So tell us how exactly where we're at. I know I mentioned that we were west of Ed Carey, but for people that aren't familiar.
Yeah, so Ed Carey or Loop 499 heading towards the airport. We're catty corner to Hugh Ramsey Nature Park or Treasure Hills. And it's just on the west side of it.
Okay. Well, this is exciting. Have we ventured into anybody else using the arroyo for something like this?
There's several people or organizations that they take tours, but they're either on their own property or they're on private property. And so we want to make this accessible to them. And this is going to be our first one. So we have plans to build other ones along the arroyo and eventually connect to the city of Rio Hondo. So they can paddle or canoe up to Rio Hondo if they wanted.
So what would be the turnaround for something like this? Right now we're doing a study, but if we're gonna do it, how long would that take?
So the review process first we'd have to hire an engineer, of course, but all that process would take about a year because trying to coordinate everything with all the agencies, because there's several agencies that we got to work with, it'll take about a year.
Okay. And so, what kind of reaction have you gotten?
Well, we've got some positive reaction from organizations that take that have their own business, of course. They take people on tours, but we also have from the private community where they already canoe or kayak along the arroyo. They're excited to have somewhere where they can actually launch from.
Cool. All right. So if people want to keep up with what's going on, can they log on to our website?
Yes, we'll have updates on our website and of course on our Facebook.
Very good. So what's the next step?
So the next step is that we would hire the engineer, and then we'd start the plans, and then we would after we do the plans, we would have to submit those to the federal agencies.
Okay. Are those chachalacas that we're hearing in the background, or just some kind of birds?
Yeah, probably chachalacas. There's a lot of wildlife out here.
Yeah, it's kind of nice, and it's nice to see that it's already turning green, blooming. Spring has definitely sprung.
That's right.
All right. Is there anything else that you would want to add?
No, that's it.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, we're excited. We can't wait to break ground.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll be here with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching the City of Harlingen's YouTube channel. I'm Irma Garza.